Okay, season 30 cast assessment, Ninjago. Fucking finally, we're doing the theme. It's been a meme since, like, I want to say season 17 when we did Konoha, but we're finally doing it. And the casting theme to go along with it is unfinished business, with the vibe basically just being if you can give us a story of why you want to play again, and you can articulate it well, we want you. And we have a crazy blend of, I mean, we have winners on the cast, which is semi-controversial, but I stand by it. We have people who got pre-merged 3 times. It's just a crazy blend of people. But we're gonna start this how we usually do, going through each person one by one, saying how their past seasons were, and at the end we'll do a draft. Which I say we because it's not just me. My good buddy Benjamin is back.
Yo, I've
Yo!
missed this.
And then we also have Ellie, who won last season's draft by a fuck ton. Me and Patrick got destroyed.
She
No,
probably
that was
cheated.
great.
Yeah, no,
I
it
would
was
pick it to
bad.
win, of course.
I was looking at past drafts as the headset falls off my head. Um, I was looking at past drafts, and the Romance Dawn one was fucked up. You had like the top 5 people then, and I just had like
Yeah.
12 through. It was bad. It was so bad. But
I'm just that good. I rigged it. I never told you this. But I actually
oh
rigged for my
no.
draft.
Okay, so this shit is gonna take forever, as it always does. So it's probably better to just get going, cause
Yep.
listen, I can be here for 2 hours, but if we stretch past that, then I'll be here, but I'll complain about it.
Yeah, we are currently 2 minutes into this, and now it is time to talk about our first
Yeah,
castaway. Who is
we're
that, Christoph?
actually starting now. First up is Akira, who played season 1 under the name Shiba. Um, Akira is like the original like hero of the season of this series. Season 1 didn't exactly have too much happening. It was kind of a mess. Most people, pretty much everyone, was inactive. There were strikeouts. The merge vote was like 6-2-1-1-1 or some garbage like that. It was very much so Borneo in that regard. But yeah, Shiro was, or Akira, was pretty much like the main positive presence of that season. Made it all the way to Final 8. Returns at the first opportunity with Greenland, where, um, I don't exactly remember what the circumstances for their elimination was. But in season 6 All Stars, they started out on the original Heroes tribe, which I was also on, and pretty much no one wanted to save them, but I fought for them and failed. But I love Akira. I always have. Super sweet person. Really lives up to being like the first hero we've had. Has a good mind for the game as well, but due to language barrier, they sometimes struggle with getting in with people. Like that, I know that was an issue on season 6 in particular. I think Paint and Tune, maybe those two. Um, that was an issue with. But regardless, I love Akira. I know YouTube probably have nothing to say because season 1 that was 7 years ago, 7.5 now.
Yeah, I didn't come around till season 10. So that's like
Yeah,
the earliest lore for me. I am curious, you said Akira was voted out first on your tribe, but like why specifically? Was it just inactivity?
yeah. They hadn't really talked game with people. It was just it was a kind of a game body tribe, and they just didn't have a spot on it.
Well, you on that tribe, so that makes sense.
Whoa, okay, that was specifically before the GameBot era.
Oh, that would have been a fun era though. So how do you think Akira would fare with just this cast, or how have you seen them fare so far? Because I think seeing how they fare so far gives us more information than wondering because we're actually seeing it in action.
Yeah, I think Akira's doing not the greatest. I do think they're all potential outs on the tribe because we do have a feud between two players already. And I know people have talked about some people are not being super active. I know Minnie has had that thrown at him. So there could be a world where Akira survives. But a past issue for him has been in season 3, he had issues understanding some of the comps. And that might end up being a recurring theme this season. So I think his best route would be to pick a side in the one feud that's going on, which we can talk about later since they've pretty much confirmed what it's about. It's Clank and Dalt all targeting each other. So Akira's best option, I think, is to pick a side between the two.
Yeah, and this is the purple tribe, Garmadon. It's Garmadon, right?
Yeah,
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 I'm
that's
so
Garmadon.
smart. All
So
right,
it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
you
Yeah,
got any?
not the way I would have wanted to start the season. We made a mistake putting them together. I didn't. I Whoa, lost my voice. I didn't know, but it is what it is. My bad.
We did an
Whoops.
oopsie, and we're gonna do more oopsies in this season. Get ready
Yeah, no,
Yay.
for
there's gonna be one or two.
we're gonna
There
drop some
always
plates. We're gonna drop some eggs and make a
Yeah.
fuck ton of omelet. Guys, I don't know how to make an omelet. Actually, we might
I
be able to
you
fucking
don't know
hate
how to
practice.
make an
omelets. I
omelet?
cannot eat
I
eggs.
don't. I've never
That
had an
shit is so
omelet.
gross.
But you just put eggs in a
Y-
pan, and then you put
Yeah,
something in the eggs, and you have an
but
omelet.
Ellie, you're now outnumbered in this situation 2-1. So do we
Yeah,
move on to the next person?
Yeah.
yeah, okay, shit, I took from the wrong list. Next up is Whoopi, who was the second runner-up in Season 3, Greenland, which Akira was on, as we talked about. Um, Whoopi, the seasons I know the least about are 1 to 3, with 3 probably being my biggest, like, question mark. I was there, but like I didn't follow it as close. That season was Battle of the Orgs, so we had 3 tribes, not evenly divided, by the way. There was a tribe of 5, a tribe of 6, and a tribe of 7. Thank God Patrick isn't here to remark on those numbers. Uh,
Six,
Mhm.
seven.
But
Sorry,
and you ruined it.
I hope
And
you.
and we're,
Hold on.
and we're
Wait.
moving on.
No, wait. Can I just say one story? Is
Yeah, okay, go
yesterday
for it.
one of the actors on set was a skeleton, and the way its hands were positioned, you could lift them up and down
Oh
and
my God,
do
we
it.
did. I did that today with a fucking Yoshi figure at GameStop.
Yo. God.
this is why
That
society is crumbling.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
This
so
is
back to
the collapse
Whoopi.
of society. But yes, I did do it with Yoshi. Um so Whoopi, yeah. Like I said, second runner up. Didn't I don't I think Whoopi maybe got 1 vote, but let me double check on that real quick.
You talk
But
about Whoopi, I will fact check.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So Whoopi was someone who I thought Whoopi had kind of disappeared. They were a pretty big name in like orgs in general around the time of our first few seasons. So seeing them back here is awesome. Um, in general, the more old school rep we can get, the better. Um, I think Whoopi's also doing better so far than I expected. They seem to be getting along with people pretty well. Um, feel like I don't have too much to. Have you found the vote count? Because I
There
feel
was
like
one vote from
okay.
Bam.
My good buddy Bam. Yeah, that
Shout out
makes
to
sense.
Bam.
Oh, Bam would have been
I
good
have
for this season.
I have nothing to add aside from the curiosity of how Whoopi is going now on the tribe, but also I do remember seeing Whoopi a little bit in the older time of the community in that fact of being like, whoa, it's Whoopi. And it slowly took my realization, understanding Whoopi Goldberg is a person.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg is a person
I
indeed.
hope you know. I didn't know. I found out Whoopi Goldberg was a person after Whoopi probably kind of like stepped away from the community. So
So,
it
so did
was
you
this
just
one.
like fucking?
I was like,
What?
whoa, this famous person is named after the org player.
Um. This reminds me of during my Dollarvivor season. Your name
I
was like
remember
Hugh
that one.
Jackman is God or something, and I didn't know
Yes.
who Hugh Jackman it was at the time. So I had like a psychology teacher put on the fucking Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the motherfucker the watermelon likes.
I
So yeah,
remember that first. I forget our first interactions of Sort of remember, but I remember that was maybe like the first time or something I was spectating you, and it was while I was traveling across Europe. So I remember just sitting in cars in sort of gloomy town areas, looking at my phone, watching your season go on.
oh god, you might remember it better than I do.
Um, kinda. It kind of was like it felt like, I think if I'm recalling correctly, it kind of had new era gameplay vibes.
Yeah, no, we were flipping on each other for no reason.
Yeah, but we need to go back to Whippy. How's Whippy going right now? That's what we kind of got away from.
Whoopi's doing good. Whoopi is indeed doing good. Um,
Oh,
I think, I mean, not like incredible, but I think Whoopi's at least doing better than a person or two on that tribe. So Whoopi should be sticking around, at least beyond this episode, I think. That tribe is also, like, obviously the best one challenge-wise.
what
So if
tribe? What
Whoopi
tribe?
comped out to a swap,
The
Woo.
yellow tribe.
The Woo tribe.
Woo!
Yeah. We got the fucking senseis on these tribes. Um,
Yes.
I think we move on to Ice, who I know.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you talk about Ice.
Oh, I love Ice. I've like played a lot of games and been in a lot of ECs and time with Ice, and that's kind of been a few years away now, but I still remember his essence is just so it's just so him, kind of where he just really stands out in a delightful way for me, is where I just go, yeah, that is Ice. And I'm always excited. Like, as soon as I heard interest for Ice to play this season, I was like, hell yeah, because I'm really interested to see how Ice would play. I only saw him in season 10, which the story for that is just simply he came 12th place. He's Blood vs. Water partner. Vi had an idol, but didn't play it for Ice, which is very unfortunate. But you can take some, you can see both sides in the logic of maybe Ice would have been voted out in the next few rounds. Anyways, all could have gone far, or who knows who's theirs, but who cares? The simple thing for Ice for me is he's just very blunt and chill. I wrote in my notes for him just blunt and chiller than the rest. That's just simple style for him, and I think to keep it like
Was the
very.
pun intended?
No, I mean maybe that's why his name is Ice, because he's just fucking chill like that. He just kind of doesn't kind of give a shit to maybe status quo, and he just kind of gives his thoughts
Yeah.
as it is.
You talked about the idol in Blood vs. Water, and I think idols in general are just a major theme with Ice's story in the series. In season 4, which was my fourth season, Ice was on a disaster tribe, just complete fucking mess. They lost every challenge, and he got swapped into a tribe in a pretty full minor. It was the only one there. He swapped with me, and just right away I clicked with Ice and wanted to work with him. And we went into the merge in like a very strong position before he was sniped out in a 3-2-2-1 vote, with a 3 and 2 had idols played on him. So just two random votes took him out. And then we saw him return in All Stars 2 seasons later, where once again he was idled out. So it's kind of funny. We had advantages already this season, but the only one out there currently is a safety without power, and everyone has found the clue for it at this point. So now everyone, Ice included, is paranoid that there's idols already out there, which there is not. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm very excited to have Ice out here. I know Ice played Survivor a couple years ago. I think something in the 20s.
It was like 21, 22. I forget. I can't. No, I
Something
don't think
like
it was.
that.
I don't think it was 21. It might have been like the Redemption Island one. So it would have been
Either way,
22.
Ice got Ice was the runner-up that season and played a pretty good
Yeah,
game, I think.
because he's just that good. Well, chill. I do think his gameplay tactics sometimes like can sort of leave him to be like fall behind and then gets booted. But he also just plays so distinct that it can be a nice breath of fresh air would be. It's not the term, but it's just nice
Oh,
to see. It's breath of fresh ice.
yeah, okay.
Ellie, do you
Yeah,
have any?
yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What? I was drinking
What?
water, and then therefore was not listening because I was focused on drinking water.
um, do you have any thoughts on ice?
I played an org with ice once.
Yeah.
What was that? 3 years ago, but we never met in that org, so I have nothing to say about that.
Was that SH?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
Survivor.
think so.
Yeah. All right.
Quick side
Ice.
tangent that doesn't matter at all. I tried to find what season Ice was on through looking up the Survival Org wiki, and I didn't find it. But I did find another org wiki, and I was scrolling down on it, and that shit had like 200 seasons. And someone on the
Jesus.
newest season is named Blossom, so I wonder if that's all Blossom.
Could
Um,
investigate,
I don't know.
what if you send the link to Ellie and
and
she
I can
investigates?
research. Well,
Yeah,
I found the wiki,
the Blossom one or the
Yeah,
Survival one?
the Survivor one. Oh, is
the
that not?
yeah,
Cooper found a
yeah.
different. What's the
Apparently
Survival
Blossom.
one?
No. It's airing right now. Season 98 for some
Oh,
fucking way.
I do
Wait.
not see what.
Okay,
Survivor.
Oh
hold
my
on.
god, I
Let's
think
just
what
ask. Are you playing
Yeah,
the
we should ask.
98th season
Survival
of
Org
an org
Rumelia.
right now? Okay, I asked the
Yeah, okay.
question. Um,
We'll see what happens. Let's move
While
how
on
we
is
for
I?
now.
Hold
while
on,
we wait,
wait. Quick, under 30-minute answer, Cooper. How is Ice doing on the Misako tribe?
Under 30-minute answer is
Seconds!
absurd.
Fuck!
well, it should be under 30 minutes as
Ice,
well.
Ice is doing okay. Not the best, but better than a few people. Pretty similar position to the other people we've talked about so far.
Okay. Then, as the game continues and expands, you sort of start to see him chill. I don't have a fucking pun, guys. Let's just move on.
And we're moving on.
Uh,
We're moving on. Next up is TD Fan, who likes these past three. I guess everyone who's like a super old schooler is in pretty much the same position, with a maybe not exactly on the very bottom of their tribe, but they're kind of close. I think TD Fan is currently the obvious boot on Woo. Most
Aw.
likely, like the bottom positioned person in the game, so that's a shame. TD is another one of the many runner ups we have this season, and TD's original season was Haiti, where he played a pretty good game. He was pretty under the radar for the most of it. Haiti was my fourth season where I really got super invested into hosting, so it has a soft spot in my heart, even if the season's kind of mid. But TD played a good game. Got pretty destroyed by Blooper at FTC, but that's mostly because Blooper was insane. TD could have beat a couple other people who were around there, and TD did pick up a vote from JD, who we just saw play 27. So I don't know. I think TD could do okay. I am worried about them right now because their position is certainly a precarious one. But I think TD Fan, their interview showed a lot of promise, and I think if they can just get inwards with more people, they could be in a solid spot. But as of now, they are not.
I liked the interview. It was this nice sort of reflection on the times and had that note about going up against Blooper and believing that he played the better game. He had the win and sort of underestimating the fact that Blooper would then go and destroy him in that game. And I like that sort of long-winded journey of just a few years later coming in. And you especially got it with a lot of these players we've talked about prior. They've played a long time ago, so they were also much younger. And you're just such a different player when you're younger, and as you're older, it's kind of different. And you're still not even to that state of being like the most wisest person in the world. You're maybe like a little bit closer to that state, but it's just feels like it's such a massive gap for those like 5 years to be like someone like playing in their teens and then coming back in the sort of like late teens or early 20s. It's just you're
Yeah,
just in some way a completely different person, yet also the same.
yeah, totally. I played my fourth season at 14, which is absurd. My
Fuck.
my my
Oh.
gameplay style has kind of been a bell curve, honestly. Where at the start I was like a game bot, and at the end I was a game bot, and then the giant middle in between, I was just like actively not.
I would have loved to
And
play
what
with
do you
that
know?
game, but
Yeah, okay,
okay.
let's play season 31.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of 31, I don't know how to do this transition again. Damn it, I fucked it up.
What?
Yeah, no, we're just next up is Tierra, who came
I
from the
gotta
same
get better at
season as TD.
segues.
Um, Tierra was. Oh fuck! I messed up Tierra's placement on the tribe sheet. It's 23rd, not 24th. Um,
Ah,
actually no, it's 24th, but they lost the Forced Redemption duel, so it actually is 24th. Uh,
okay.
Tierra played Haiti. Well, they were in a position kind of similar to where they are now. Well, they were kind of towards the bottom, and we've said this about everyone so far. But by the end of the pre-merge, they became a super like endearing, kind of a comic relief character that was super easy to root for. And we then saw them come back for Club Penguin 7 seasons later, where it was pretty just stacked tribe. I think that was the one with Beth, Shinx, and Kaznoy, who were the eventual final three of the
Oh,
season.
I would have thought
Um,
it might have been the other tribe with Kelsey. That was like, I think like the disaster tribe one of the two.
no, I think. I mean, maybe we could fact check that real quick. But
You
yeah,
are
Tierra.
right. I am wrong.
See, I'm always fucking right.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
so Tierra, Tierra was on that tribe. Um, obviously didn't go well. Tierra was kind of like a shock to see apply, because I haven't seen him around in forever. But like TD, he put up a pretty solid interview. And between the two of them, I think Tierra is in a much better spot, even if still a bad spot. I at least think Tierra like has some maneuverability on the Misako tribe, while TD is just kind of fucked on Wu as it appears right now. Sensei Wu, my good buddy. Um, yeah, I think we have a. I don't have too much more to say about Tierra, but I know there's going to be a lot to say about Monday. So, do one of you two want to start off with her?
I think Ren would be better for that.
Okay, Monday is an interesting presence to have seen around the old community because she's essentially just very plays to the beat of her own drum, and it's it's kind of an unpredictable pattern because like I've played with Monday, I think maybe twice, and I've seen sometimes she'll come out very like weak socially early on, maybe just because she's got something busy, and then will go just get booted rather quickly. and will try and fight back, but it's just you just sometimes can't fight back. And then another time she'll go far through and just sort of be herself the entire time along the way, and sort of if like someone annoys her or if she feels like someone does something wrong and they do something wrong, she's not going to let them just get away with it. And so it's a very I don't know what the term is, but it is just definitely she plays completely different to everyone we've talked so far. And she always very clearly is someone that stands out in a room. And I think that's always an intriguing plane to have into the game, especially when you can see in a lot of different org games and such, there can be that sort of sometimes boring gameplay, in my opinion, that you sort of also are seeing on the TV show in this state of where people will just all agree to vote at the same person and that'll just happen continuously instead of fighting for what they want. And I believe Monday does fight for what she wants, so she's always an interesting person to have in the cast. It just comes down to the fact of her being able to develop the weight of having the strength to fight for what she wants rather than just the simple possible ability of just not connecting with the people in the tribe or not being online as much to begin with and then just being booted before she gets a chance to do what she wants.
Yeah, I think a lot of what you said with Monday, is the exact reason why we brought her back 10 seasons after Luigi's Mansion for Fodlan as one of the tribe captains, because we typecasted the captains to fit, like, certain characters we were trying to represent, and Monday was just the perfect pick for who we had her as.
Who
I'm excited for Monday. So that was the Fire Emblem Three Houses
was
season.
it?
And
Edelgard?
yeah, Monday was Edelgard,
Yeah,
Dean was Dimitri, and Teddy was Claude.
yeah, I can see that.
Dimitri was probably the hardest one to cast for, because I feel like it's kind of hard to. It's just a harder archetype to represent, I think. But anyway, I'm excited for Monday. Monday is one of 3 two-time villain of the seasons we've had. The other two being Brian and Paintbrush. Um, 3 absolute fucking all-stars, by the way. 2 of the 3 of them are in the Hall of Fame. And if Monday has another, like, insane run, maybe it could be 3 for 3. Speaking of 3 for 3, 30 for 30. We haven't mentioned that yet. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, let's signpost a little then. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there are 30 people on the cast. We've tried to get as many seasons as possible. I think did we only miss like 2 seasons, Cooper?
Okay, we only missed 2 seasons in the second era, which is seasons 13 to now. We don't have anyone from 8-bit, which is season 16, and we don't have anyone from Phelan, which is season 28.
Yeah.
Um,
And
the first 12 seasons, we're missing a bunch of people, but
okay,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
will.
yeah. Yeah, makes sense like that era. Many years on, people have perhaps stopped playing orcs or haven't played too much for this because we have a sort of a cutoff of you can't we don't have fifth time players. And then also 3 tribes of 10, the Misako tribe, the Wu tribe, and Gamadon tribe, named after the 3 main senseis from the what period? Like the early period of Ninjago, or does
The
Misako
classic
return?
era.
Does Misako
I,
ever
I,
return in the new era?
um, I think so. I don't know if she's in Dragon's Rising. I haven't seen that.
Hmm,
I'll get to it soon.
I won't. Will Ellie?
I have not seen any Ninjago in my life.
Okay,
So you need
well,
to fix that.
I like
well,
I it was like a month into this server existing that I realized it's called Ninjago because it's Lego. Is where we're at,
I don't
of my
know if I
knowledge.
Yeah, no.
knew that.
And when they do like the fucking special moves, they say Ninja Go, and it's like it's combining Ninja and Lego, but also like the name of the yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
God
think I
bless
ever
Lego
thought
Ninjago.
about it too much like that. Okay, do we move
You
on,
know,
or we got anything else
you
to
know who
say on
has
Monday?
watched? I know someone who has watched Lego Ninjago because he's a fucking goat.
Is this a
Who's
good
that?
segue?
Yes.
Minnie has definitely seen Lego Ninjago.
That's a great segue.
And he is the third of the 5 4-timers we have on this cast. Minnie I'm excited for. Minnie, like all of these other people, also is not in the greatest spot, which I guess this talking through all of this has made me realize pretty much if you're on a season that's like forever ago, you're in a bad spot. The only
It
exception for that is like Shinx, I guess.
it's
But
kind of interesting though, because this from like the last 6 months, that's not surprising from Mini, because I played with Mini in the second season of Survivor, and he kind of was just how I would describe it. He was just very busy with like one, you got time zones, and then he was just very busy in general with like uni and jobs and doing shit with friends that he was just kind of here and there. And I don't know if it picked up later in the merge phase, but in the pre-merge, he was just kind of in a sort of danger position. But he was Australian, and I liked him. I had good conversations with him when he was there, so I
I
always kept
mean,
a fight
he
for him.
won,
Yeah.
so
He did
Yeah.
win.
Oh, you did. I
he
left.
did
Dude, I
win.
like.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
what
it
happened
might have kicked
after
up.
the merge. I have like, yeah, so it definitely picked up, but then he also went and just played Tailviver recently, and I think it was a same similar situation. And my computer nearly shut up. Same similar, I think, situation with activity, and I think it's occurring here as well. It seems like, which is interesting to see. But Mini
Yeah.
Mini is a good player. Like even then, Mini also does
Minnie,
just take a lot to get going, as in Fuzzvivor. That's what we've always seen is Mini has a slow start
yeah,
and then gets going.
especially in like Olympus, we saw that where Minnie was like, I want to guess around like 16-ish in the power rankings in the beginning of that season, but by like the middle to end of the pre-merge, Minnie was like topping the chart.
Mini was out at the end of pre-merge.
Well, I mean, up to his elimination.
Yeah. It was what I recall of it is he was basically in danger on his tribe, but the Grover tribe, no, the Percy tribe, was it, just kept losing. So
No, he was definitely not. I
oh
think he
wait,
was
he went to
Grovel.
tribal
He was
once.
he.
No, he was on Grover, but Percy kept losing. Grover went once and voted out someone, but then he was still at the very bottom, and then swap happened, and then that's when he shot
His
up.
position just fucking skyrocketed.
Yeah, and then the second swap was just kind of a rough go around, and then he lost to
Yeah, he was busy
Blair.
at the time.
Hmm.
I think to run through his seasons quickly, um, in Duloc, he was like a lovable underdog. Had a legacy advantage, had a big play with that, but then got eliminated immediately after. Olympus we kind of covered already, but in subspace, Beagle and Minnie flipped between sides so many times throughout that game. We dubbed them the Mario Brothers because they came from the
We
Mario
did.
tribe,
That was
and
fun.
Minnie and Beagle at the start of the merge were both in danger. Uh, Minnie got sniped out after like everyone who could have been in danger won immunity. So Minnie went out there, and then Beagle went on to make it to the final three. So if the roles were swapped a bit there, we could have maybe seen that type of trajectory for Minnie. I think Minnie's just someone who has to like get that roadway, but once he gets it, he does well.
Yeah, I think that's a great assessment. We should also not forget Duloc moment.
Ah, I didn't. Oh fuck! I didn't mention that in the cast review.
Oh.
Don't worry. It's there in spirit.
I'm kind of
Then
devastated. Like my head is in my hands.
Good. Good. Ellie, do you have any thoughts?
I have no thought. So I think we're good to move on, and if no one else has anything to add.
Yeah, okay,
Ellie,
let's go to
Yeah?
Shinx.
I was gonna get you to tell us who we were moving on to. But
Oh,
yeah, we're on Shinx
Oh, okay,
now.
shit, I spoiled it. Yeah,
Ellie, who
so
are we moving on to?
we're moving on to Shinx.
yeah, okay.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ren is
So
doing
Shinx
making me do my job.
so Shinx is the first person we have talked about so far who's actually in a good position. Shinx is pretty firmly like one of the top two best positioned in the game, in my opinion. Shinx is on Wu. Will he has a good connection to pretty much everyone who's in a good spot besides B Doggy. Um, I'll get into that later, but
Bark, bark, bark.
Shinx is just yeah. Shinx Shinx is doing great so far. Um, right away, as soon as the season started, he said, "This is my season, not to get cocky, but my second and third seasons were the story of how I lost. This season is the story of how I win." So I'm interested to see how that narrative thread continues as we get further. But right now, I mean, honestly, if I had to put my money on anyone, Shinx would be one of my top picks. And he kind of always has been someone who's a contender in each of his seasons. In Mystery Dungeon, he wasn't always quite there, but he was playing a good game before a bunch of advantages just were fucking insane for no reason. So he got sniped out at the very end of the pre-merge. So he came back for Fans vs. Flops Club Penguin, where we saw him instantly click with Beth, and those two were a tight duo throughout the entirety of the game. Made it to Final Tribal together. And then once again in Arcane, he would make it to Final Tribal. Once again lose, but he had a
Oh, hey,
bunch of
I
power
played that
throughout the game.
season.
Yeah, you okay? So, do you have anything you want to say since you've actually played with Shinx?
I've been watching Shinx for a while, and I think I play a very different game style to Shinx, which kind of
Oh, definitely.
which causes a sort of a clash in ideology and thoughts. But I just simply say I just kind of think Shinx plays very safe, and it can be effective. But for me personally, who likes to like live in the chaos and play with that kind of danger sometimes, it's not fun to my standards. So for me, just in the arcane, I felt like the final three all kind of did. They were kind of similar, socially strong, safe-ish games. That's how I recall it? So I was just kind of like, this is whatever. It was just more so that was just also they just weren't playing the gameplay that like sang to me. But it's an effective gameplay, but I think it also derives more from Big Brother because that's Shinx's bread and butter. I believe Shinx loves Big Brother more than Survivor. And that
By a
gameplay is
lot.
yeah, and that gameplay is very much more of a tightrope kind of what we gotta like I think it's kind of can be fine to play very safe and you gotta be very specific because you're dealing with so many more people in such different aspect in comparison to Survivor where you kinda have more flexibility to burn shit down
Yeah, I
and
mean, Big Brother to me is a game all about like how to wield power once you acquire it. And I
yeah.
think that kind of gameplay style does work well in Survival. If like in my opinion, if you're at the top of the power structure, you should do absolutely everything you possibly can to keep that power structure intact. Um, I wrote a
Yeah.
fucking novella about this when I played Fuzzvivor about a year and a half ago, where I was like everyone's number one on that tribe, and you just have to maintain that shit no matter what.
I would
Um,
describe it in a way of like Cerie Fields. She kind of does that gameplay, but she's Cerie Fields. So there's this weird sense where it's kind of like, yeah, it's fine if Cerie just plays the most boring game possible because she also does just have like this different energy to everyone else. But sometimes when other people do it, it can kind of be boring because they maybe have the possibility to do something else. But it's like it's again comes down to that thing of like I like chaos and fire. Other people like the nice peace and cold. And for me, my thought is Shinx kind of needs to just play a little bit more in the chaos this season. Like if he got an idol, he should play it for someone else. If he plays an idol for someone else, I will fully then believe that like Shinx can do anything. That's my belief because I think playing an idol for someone else is such a dangerous and risky thing to do to give up a free passive safety for a round. For an ally, exposing your connection, exposing your free trinket of safety, all that stuff for another person, like going a selfless sort of action sometimes. And I'm curious to see if Shinx does that. I will fully ride for Shinx, but I am little gonna stand on the cautious side for Shinx just because I think he needs to either be the Serif Fields in the season as absolutely on top, able to control so hard, or needs to be a little bit of a chaos gremlin, get his hands a little bloody and
Yeah,
commit to that.
I think me and you, then, we definitely have, like, different philosophies in what makes maybe not what makes good gameplay,
Yeah.
but what's, like, the gameplay we wanna see.
Season 46.
Oh, 46 is my favorite New Era season.
Yeah, but
So,
I think
okay. We
the two finalists from there, we both wanted one of them to win over the other, and I think that's a perfect encapsulation of who we are as game players. Is you enjoyed Kenzie's gameplay more, I enjoyed
Wait, no,
Charlie's
I didn't.
gameplay. You didn't?
No, I was team Charlie all the way.
Yeah.
Charlie
You were
objectively
edging.
played. Yeah,
Oh, I'm
no,
such a
Edgic-wise, Kenzie had the edit.
yeah. I got it so wrong, but I do think that is a good encapsulation in two kind of people, where some people did love Kenzie's game, but others did love Charlie, and I think it just comes down to that personality of how they play. I can't think of a different example for us then, but we do definitely have different playing styles. You're more social. I think I'm more kind of like physical, and then I think we
I
blend a little in the strategic part.
The number one thing I look for in a winner is how much control they had. And sometimes control is plain boring as hell. You don't want to watch
Yeah.
someone play boring.
I love my Rick Devon like that.
Yeah,
That
like
he's
me too, but he's like he plays like dog shit.
yeah, but I also play like dog
Yeah.
shit. Dude, I hope you know
Yeah.
sometimes I just celebrate being on the bottom.
You did that in Arcane, I think.
Yeah, it's just such a comfortable spot for me sometimes.
I Okay, we should move on before
We should
like I
end
go on
Yeah.
another yeah.
Um
Um
we're excited to see how
next
Shinx goes and we give our love.
yeah. Ne- yeah, okay. Uh, Next is Clank, who played Shinx's fourth season, and now, by the way, we're getting to a lot of like the 1 and 2 time players, who we may have a bit less to say about, just because like we only have one run to really base our thoughts off of. But Clank, like Shinx, came from Mystery Dungeon. Shinx was 12th final pre-journal, and Clank went out the round before that at 13th. Um, I don't exactly remember the exact scenario of what Clank's position was within the season. I know it wasn't too hot. I think it was kind of a bell curve where it started out kind of low, got better, and then eventually came down. I didn't do a power ranking that season. It was the last season before I started, so I couldn't exactly tell you definitively, like, exactly the trajectory of his game. But he's been someone who's been trying to come back for a while, has been putting up good interviews. The biggest issue with him so far, as I briefly talked about earlier, is that he and Dalt do have a feud that's entirely rooted in pregame, and it just does not seem like the two of them will ever reconcile. and at a certain point, they're gonna be gunning for each other no matter what. And between the two of them, I definitely think Clank has the upper hand, simply because Clank has been a bit more active socially so far, and has just clicked with the people around him more. So I do think Clank wins that feud, but his name will be getting some traction at least going into the first tribal council.
Yeah, I don't think I have much to say just because I do not remember my last time watching Clank play in Org. I never had the opportunity to really note the specific gameplay he kind of employs. But I think it does kind of lean in a social archetype kind of manner, and then from there it just goes any sort of pathway from being the good social to then maybe leans into a chaos social. But I don't have too much to say on it, and I think you just see how it unfolds this season and see as it goes.
Yeah, okay. Unless Ellie has something to say, I think we move on
Yeah,
to Jade then.
Yeah,
Ellie, do you have
I
something to
think
say?
we should move on to someone whose placements have a lot to do with my favorite number.
6,
Six?
7.
Yeah.
No.
Bring out the fucking Yoshi.
You did that on you. Okay, so say
Oh,
their
so
name
next we're
again.
going to go to Jade.
Yeah. So, Jade, I kind of feel like Jade and Clank have pretty similar play styles and similar, I think Jade is a bit better socially, but Jade is dog shit at comps, while Clank is pretty good at comps. But either way, Jade's first season, they were super fucking chaotic, but they were solidified enough within the core power structure of the game, which was Shinx and Beth, and then their adjacent allies, that Jade was able to make it all the way to Final Six, and then they came back a couple of seasons later for Olympus and was one of the few people who best personified that theme because Jade just pretty instantly was able to correct all of their issues and improve their game in a lot of ways. The only way they couldn't improve it was they did even worse challenge wise, which eventually led to their downfall as one of a few factors to do so. But Jade was eventually one of the final pre-jurors, as we saw. And I think, like in Second Chance, Jade really personifies this theme as well of unfinished business. Because I think Jade has always kind of been actively wanting to prove something, and that just fits into the theme very obviously. So yeah, I'm excited for Jade. I think Jade could go pretty far as well. Um, Probably in one of the better positions in the game. At least on that tribe, Jade, Jonah, and Celeste seem to be the top three pretty definitively.
Oh, okay. Now, I want to first start off and say Jade went to rocks for me. So I give absolute love for them. And I think their two placements of 6th and 16th, from what I've seen of them as a player, gives a very perfect sort of encapsulation of how they are as a player. And I feel like they're actually kind of similar to Shinx in sort of plays a sort of similar safe social approach. I haven't seen the chaos before, so I do actually kind of hope to see the chaos this season. But they either can go really far into the game with that sort of social approach, or just for some reason in like the first swap, they just don't have the footing to get like integrated further out of like the social. I think it's maybe trying to just dip in and merge the social and strategic and swap dynamics that sometimes just catches them and gets them booted alongside the fact of challengeability does not help. Simple thing is for challengeability, challenges are hard. I am maybe a try hard, and I would always just say just put a little bit of time to it and have a belief that you can do it, because your own mentality and confidence does do a little bit psychologically. Like you think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. It just makes it harder for you to succeed because you already have the negative mentality. and then a little practice or preparedness beforehand just gives you a little bit more confidence as well, a little bit more familiarity, and it can do a big difference because you never know. There are like we have a cast of 30. One of them in that cast is going to go into a challenge. Like they got to see the challenge, they're going to read it once, and then they're going to go into the challenge and going to lose because they read it once, they didn't possibly properly prepare for it, and so it just comes a little bit of preparation and a little bit of familiarity and the can-do confidence, and it can just go dramatically up, especially if a bunch of compies get fucking slaughtered early. Then you if you maybe don't think you do the best and you're normally on the bottom of it, you have that ability to go higher because there are other people that have that same comp vibe that you sometimes bring. So I think just let's just hope. I'm hopefully excited for a Chaos Jade in this season, especially if they're doing well so far on the Misako tribe. I'm curious to
Yeah,
see how
which
they just go with the challenges then, which may be a little evil.
yeah, no, we're evil. Which, speaking of, it's kind of a perfect segue when I said Jade, Jonah, and Celeste on the top of that tribe,
Oh.
because Jonah and Celeste are next in our order we're talking about. So, getting into Jonah first. Jonah, like Shinx, has been a pretty massive figure in the community. Not only has he played multiple times, but both of them have been hosts for, like, forever. But Jonah's fourth season, Konoha, he won like half of the awards on the cast. That season kind of had like a rotating main character type thing going on. Well, by the end, he definitely was the main character. Had some fun moves, played hard. Um, and then Legends, his game was fucking crazy there. Um, he was in a pretty solid position throughout the entirety of the pre-merge, being like not quite a contender, but just outside of it. And then at the merge, he was very well positioned, but with some time, just didn't exactly have like the social ball to make things work. And by the end, did make it to FTC, did not win, did get a couple votes, including the vote of Ellie, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that yeah. I think that was a
Give
really
us some Jonah wisdom.
some Jonah wisdom.
Yeah.
So Jonah and I were on the same tribe, I think, for the 3 swaps of pre-merge. I want to say the the 3 tribes for the 2 swaps of pre-merge. And I think because our first tribe, the Zelda
It was
tribe,
the green one.
Link tribe,
Would it be
Link
Link?
Link.
tribe, Link tribe. Um, it ended up being like a very stationary tribe because we never went to any tribal council. So I think it left a lot of time for establishing like lots of social alliances and stuff. And so the two of us had like ended up talking a lot. And I think had planned to work together into the next kind of tribal councils. But then a bunch of us slipped, so he ended up being on the bottom kind of the tribe, of being left out of kind of like the original Link people that got swapped into that tribe. So I think it became kind of like a struggle and anxiety for him into the next couple tribal councils and at least like episodes of trying to get back on his feet, which he ended up doing a really good job of um, on the third tribes of the season, the brown tribes. And he ended up making really strong
Yeah.
alliances with like this is where my memory is bad, with at least like I want to say Jalen and Minnie, and was able to turn it around and go really far with the rest of the season through, I think, being able to overcome the original like difficulties with being blindsided in the beginning. And I voted for him because he endured my endless messages and was chill.
Yeah. Okay, then what do you have?
I hate Canada.
Boo.
Yeah,
Me too.
okay.
Jonah is the Canadian.
Which is good.
I think Jonah's an interesting player. He's very kind of, I think he blends maybe a really good bone of social and strategic. And I think upon having a reflection of Jonah's Legends game, I connect with it a lot more because I'd then gone on to play a sort of similar situation where I think very early on it became kind of like from our perspective, for me at least, I could kind of see Jonah was gonna end up being like a good at Fire and Tribal Council, and I'd gone and played a game where I could see that for myself very early on as well. And it's just like a hard thing to lose sometimes once you just land into it. And that's just the nature of the game sometimes. But he still always just kept at it with a nice endurance and played really well in Konoha first. That I think I really hope this time around all goes well for Jonah, because if he gets the right momentum in it instead of getting the situation of the previous season of falling into the goat slot and then just struggling to shake from it, then I think Jonah would be like very fascinating, sort of a fun gameplay. And maybe kind of reminds me of a Charlie of 46. Like he kind of gives that sort of
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, I think so. And hopefully it's Charlie on 46 and not um what we saw
Charlie.
on 50.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about
Which
50. I'm mad at that
so
season.
far Jonah's doing great. I'm not worried at all about him having like a bad run.
What do you think Jonah's favorite Taylor Swift album is?
Mm,
Probably he seems like a fucking what's the one that was like angry? Reputation?
Reputation? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I might ask him after this.
Yeah.
well, we were speaking about how on the top of that tribe we had 3 people, so I think we should move on to who that third person was.
Oh my god. The
Ooh.
insane segue. Okay. Yeah, next up is Celeste, who um played Arcane, which was your season then, and
Uh, was
was
that the Tribal Council Eye? Was that
as
the
the
kidnap?
kidnapping.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
very that was kind of like a fun
I think
episode
so.
for me, but then I think like it ended very on like a sad note, because I think you just kind of know the situation in the end. You sense the vibe and the energy. I didn't know what was going on that trip, but it just was not a fun tribal council to end on, which I think Celeste talks about in his interview, and I'm very excited to see him come now, because essentially he and I don't know what happened on the tribe before the swap. That's a mystery to me that Rai never gave me the context for, and I'm still asking for. That's a lie. I'm not asking for it, but I didn't know what was happening. But essentially, just Celeste and Kelsey sort of fell on the bottom, and when it came to one of them being booted, I believe Celeste kind of took the hit, because he was just like, "This is not fun. This is not a good situation," and went, and now we're here.
Yeah, it was a split vote 4-3-2, specifically designed to flush an idol that people knew Celeste and Kelsey had. And yeah, Celeste got the hit first, and then right after Kelsey was taken out. So Celeste is, I mean, doing great so far. Celeste is also one of the few people who came into this like super excited, specifically because the theme is Ninjago. Celeste has been saying for years that I'm retired from orgs, but like if you do Ninjago, I might have to show up. And like we said, here we are. Um, yeah, I feel great about Celeste. I feel like Celeste, once we get around to the draft soon, Celeste is someone to watch out for.
Okay, Ellie, you know what that means. One of us has to pick Celeste first.
And yes, we do.
We have to piss Cooper
Yeah,
off.
okay, steal my
Take
pick.
Cooper's draft. Take Cooper's
Yeah,
draft.
okay.
Yeah,
Now,
Ellie,
actually,
let's
this is.
agree Cooper picks last.
Yeah.
Whoa!
And then we'll
Let's go
we'll let
back.
Cooper
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this for a
Cooper.
second.
Cooper. Let's go back to
First.
Celeste. Let's go back on topic.
I don't know how much else I have left to say. I think a lot of these people who got like pre-merge or early merge and only played one season, we don't have too much to say. Like, I think Celeste is in a great spot. Was a good character in their season. A bit villainous, but also in like a rational way. Like, isn't just being like a dick. Um, yeah, no, I feel
Celeste
good about
scared
Celeste.
me. I remember that. So that's kind of scary. I think like I also just joined at a bad spot in on that tribe. So I just like got a bad moment with Celeste, but then coming into this server and seeing Celeste the big Ninjago fan, immediately my thoughts like just kind of dissipated. And I was just like, this is like not the Celeste. Like I just got a different part of Celeste that maybe wasn't even the true Celeste, and I'm excited to see who Celeste is now in the state of 2026 versus that like 24 hours in 2020. What was it? Wow,
2022.
2 or
Ellie, you're
3.
so great
Yeah.
at years. Nice.
Yay.
How the fuck
Yay.
did you know that?
Because
'Cause-
Arcade was right after Ren and I finished our season.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's been great
Yeah,
stuff,
Speaking
which
of
Rain.
okay.
speaking, yeah, you beat me to it.
Speaking
Speaking of
of
Arcane.
Arcade, our next person, Arcade, not Arcade. Speaking of Arcade, our next person also played on that season. So next we have Flair.
Yeah, which Flair played on that season, but not for too long.
Yeah.
Flair was Flair on your tribe or the other tribe?
I believe Flair was on my tribe, and I genuinely forget a lot. I think like the
I think
situation just
you were
was.
walking with Flair, I think.
Was I?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember I don't remember the specific details of the start. I just remember sort of like the vague details of how they felt. And like Flair was a nice, sweet person. And I think it was just kind of I think we just kind of went activity meta in that moment.
Yeah,
And
it was
Flair
it
did
was it was Ripple.
something. Yeah, Ripple was the
Yeah, you were
ally that
walking
I
with
was.
Ripple and not Flair.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but I think Flair just did something to stand out enough to be like, okay, let's boot them. And there was more in the tank for her, and we got to see that a bit more in Olympus.
Yeah, and in that season, Flair was on like with that season's disaster tribe. Was able to skate by, well, not very easily skate by to the merge. Had to win her way into it because she and Minnie were in a duel at the end of the pre-merge, and the winner would make the merge while the other would not. They all on the same tribe this season, neither of which has mentioned the duel yet, which is kind of a shame. But Flair Blair's just a super rootable person. Like you said with the activity, it's similar-ish with like the confessional, where Flair isn't always doing like the most, but Flair is just super easy to root for. Was one of the first people I recruited for this season, I believe. Fits the theme perfectly. Has a lot of redemption she can go for, and overall is doing pretty solid so far. Um,
Yay!
Flair was on Flair was on Garmadon, and I think there's like maybe 4 people who I would say are doing worse at this point. So honestly, maybe the best start to a game Flair has had here, maybe?
Well, that's nice to hear. I think okay, so we have to vaguely just say that this is going to be a very rough pre-merge. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be hard, and I hope I okay. I should also clarify. I haven't seen like jack shit on confessionals, so Cooper is literally just telling me all this information for the first time, and so it's so delightful to hear this. And I just hope Fleck keeps up with it. And it sounds like they may be able to, and they can. And this is where I end the sentence really strangely on an N.
Yeah,
Is that a good time to move on to the next person?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Who is that
Wait,
next
guys.
person? No.
I have a joke. quickly. So we have 3 tribes: the Wu tribe, the Misaku tribe, and the Garmadon D's nuts.
Ren is kicked from this VC.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
was
that's
actually
explains
about to do
now.
that, but that might fuck up the recording.
I also thought of that.
Yeah,
We should
we can.
we should have made Cooper do it.
We should have just kicked him out anyway. Like, you're gone.
Screw the recording.
You would never.
Oh, yeah?
No, no, let's move on. Let's the
Ban
next
button,
person is
ban button.
Clasp. It's Clasp.
Okay, yeah. Um, Clasped has had a weird journey, because on his fourth season, we did a swapless season because the new era of survival had just started, and it was like, wow, no swaps? That sounds kind of fun.
Let's
Spoiler
do
alert,
it.
it wasn't. But Clasp's tribe was super boring. I mean, most everyone there was inactive. Clasp was like one of two people who actually did anything in those early days of the game. So he had an easy ride to the Marge, which once there, he got in with the core like power players, which were Jay from his original tribe, as well as Lito, Logan, and Dahlia, um, Bucky and Liquids as well. So class was good. I was able to ride it out through a few rounds in the Marge. Also good at comps. Barely missed out on an idol. Then was just booted at 5 as a threat. We then saw him play um season 27 favorites versus flops, where he once again went to basically no tribals in the pre-merge, and then his position started to look very good at the mid-merge, but as soon as that mid-merge hit, his number one ally, who was also on this cast, flipped on him because Clasp had kind of taken the position he wanted, so he used that opportunity to take it for himself, and we then saw that player make it to the end of the game and almost win. But yeah, I'm excited for Clasped. He has this story of having like a cursed placement of always getting sixth, and right now he's gotten fifth and seventh, so his average placement is sixth, and I think that's very funny. Um, I feel good about Clasped. He doesn't seem to be in the best position on Woo. I would say he's probably like the third worst positioned so far, but nothing he can't come back from.
I'm kind of worried because I think, especially as you've described Clough's journey in Fuzzvivor, up to now, it's he's had relatively calm pre-merges, and that's not the case here. This is quite literally you're gonna earn the merge kind of pre-merge situation, and
He
so Klaus has to do a 180 change from those previous pre-merges to this one. Now it's gonna be
he
tough, hard, brutal. I'm curious to see if he meets that.
he better not complain about going to too many tribals, because in both of his last seasons he complained about not going to enough.
I want to see that. I think I'm really interested to see how it goes because I think Klaus takes a relatively sort of kind of like an ice vibe, not in the manner of like blunt or chill,
Yeah,
but
I
more of a slow burner kind of player that doesn't hit
yeah
the
I can
ground
see that.
running, but sort of just sits and just progresses like a tortoise versus the hare sort of situation.
Yeah, I could see that.
Ellie, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that that was a good overview, and we should move on to someone else who also played in a similar season.
Who is that?
Dahlia.
Yo, so Dahlia, I played Survival with her, so she's a friend of mine. We don't really talk because I don't talk to anyone from orgs, to be honest, besides like in Fuzz itself. But Dahlia's cool. In Terrain, which was her season, um, she was in the immediate like core power structure of herself, Logan, and Lito. And at the merge, those three players pretty much dominated it early on. We saw two of the three of them make it to the final three, while Dahlia was cut at final seven. I forget if those two turned on her, but I do think at one point they were considering it if they hadn't done it. I'm pulling it up right now.
Damn it, I wanted to
Yes.
do that.
So Logan and Lito both flipped on Dahlia.
Ooh, 4-3.
And
Oh yeah, well, Dahlia also went and voted Logan.
Yeah. So obviously, this Dahlia is someone who, like, if we did returning seasons, how we had done at like the start of the series, where they were like All Stars vibes and not like since whole season we had legends and like more niche specific themes, she would have been back earlier if the themes were different. I like Dahlia a lot. I think she's a fun player. Like Flair and some other people, she's not always like at the top of the confessional game, but she's fun. She plays hard. Um, that was her death nail in Kurain, but yeah, that's pretty much all I've got, and that's gonna continue for these next few people. And also, my throat is kind of sore, so
Oh, pass me the mic.
yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
Ben gets the mic.
I think in like my third org, I played with Dahlia. But that was like so fucking long ago, so I have nothing to note of that. And I don't have too much to say on the Kurain because that's also was kind of a while ago, but Dahlia was going well and then just got turned on allies. And I think in a redemption sense for that, it just comes about ensuring a sort of loyalist situation with one another because, well, in Survivor, people will turn on one another. So it's truly just about locking in with a person that you won't ever turn on, but they won't ever turn on you too. Because like the simple point of the game is making sure that people don't vote you. And if you have at least a few people that don't vote you, or even less than a few people, you at least have people that will go to bat for you, warn you if shit is in danger, all that stuff. And I think simple thing for Dolly is just securing that sort of thing. I have no idea what's going on in the tribe, and I
She's doing okay.
okay. I think once gameplay starts is where we will see the sort of this sink or swim nature. But but I got nothing else.
Yeah, okay, we're
And
moving on to Mason.
yes.
Yeah, I
Like
saw Ellie's thunder. Um,
Ah,
Mason Jar?
Mason Mason has one of the best stories ever in Fodlan. He's at the bottom of his original tribe, finds two idols, takes out like the most powerful player on the tribe, then gets back in with people who had tried to vote him out, and then pretty much until the rest of the game, he's in a good spot. He was a huge jury threat. He was in direct opposition to Monday for pretty much the entire game as the hero and villain of the season. So both of them on this season. So I would love to see them meet up again and how that would reflect in the game. But yes, I love Mason. Oh, okay, I thought my microphone turned off. Mason is like a top 20 character in his first season. Like top 20 of all time. And then he came back for Zero Escape, where once again, this time he actually dominated the game. Like last time, he was in a good spot, big joy threat, but he didn't have much control. In Zero Escape, he pretty much defined the power structure that would dominate the game. Like he pretty much had more control than most people, honestly, combined. Um, One of the most underrated games I think I've seen in an org. I had to defend this game a lot. And he would have won, and honestly, maybe been one of our better winners had he not taken Danny to the end, who was one of his best friends, just like outside the game in general. So Mason is someone I'm super high on. He was one of my 3 draft picks, which were himself, Jonah, and Bryce, who we will get
and
to
write this
very
down.
Ellie,
soon.
take notes, take
I
notes.
I,
Yeah.
I am taking notes
That's
Yes.
fucking crazy. She's preparing for the draft.
because I haven't looked at anything.
We're preparing to snipe you, Coop. You said you'd kill people if we stole yours. But Mason, yeah, Mason, I think, very dangerous player to play against. I'd say a lot of the sort of this sort of Minecraft pipeline of players of the sorts. That's like Danny, Teddy, I forget others, but Mason is in the collection of all of them. Just again, Mason and many of them are just very dangerous gameplays that always fearful to see in the season because you know they have the potential to do really well, and they typically do. but I think they also come across in a game that is very exciting. They have a very great personality for the sort of confessional stage, and as a player to play with them. I've never had the experience of playing with Mason, but I do find it kind of funny. I think how Danny came fourth in Olympus, where the round after Badger then did the same thing that Mason did with Danny of taking
Oh
a
shit, yeah.
friend and then loss, and then so Danny just being voted out, losing fire, I believe, the round before that, and then having that occurrence but being on the other end of the stick. I think just simple thing is I can feel very confident that Mason would do really well in this season.
Yeah,
Do,
100%.
should we move on to SERPs then?
Yeah.
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 Soaps had one of the best interviews, like genuinely one of the best interviews on the board. Um, in his season, he was like so many people we've talked about, not like on the direct bottom of his tribe, but kind of floating in not the greatest spot. Um, he had a lot of personal shit going on throughout that season, so it was harder for him to catch up with some of the other players. Um, but because of all that, he had a super rootable story, and coming into the merge, it looks like he could have gotten in fall with someone like Zach, who I'm gonna say it, I think is the best player we've ever had in the game. Um,
Yes,
they,
it's
they,
not Ellie.
yeah, no,
Ooh, and it's not Ren.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, I fucking fumbled.
oh,
Yeah.
um,
Is it Cooper?
no, fuck no.
At least he's humble.
Um, so anyway, shit, I'm lost. Soaps, he's not in the best spot so far, mostly just because he's been entirely busy and hasn't had much of a chance to talk to anyone at all. So because of all that, I honestly think that's what I have to say about Soaps. And the next person pretty much had the exact same journey as
Wait,
Soaps.
wait! I want to
I'm
say
not
something
I'm not entirely moving on, but go ahead.
good. I kind of can see Stubbs can play a sort of, I don't know what the term is because it's not cockroach. Um, in per se, like cockroach is someone that like sort of has this like feud with a person or a side of like the other side is constantly trying to get them out and they keep failing. But I think it's like Serps would be sort of possibly in the situation this season of just barely surviving constantly by the skin of their teeth, which kind of seems like the position they could be falling in here, as it kind of sounded like you described in Fodlin, and I can see it occur again. And I kind of I like those sort of narratives because it's sort of it's you don't have they don't have anyone that they're up against, and so it is literally just this internal struggle that you get to see with them and root for them. There's no antagonist, but they're a sole protagonist journey. It's always sweet to see because you're just like yes, and you don't have anyone to like get frustrated at. You get frustrated at us for like the game design.
Yeah, and I can say every single one of those things you said, I can say all of those things for the next person.
I can see it
Because
too.
likewise, they both came from that same tribe. Alex was in a better position than Sorps, which we all talking about Alex now. Um, Alex did find the legacy advantage in the early days of the game, which when he was eliminated, he passed it on to Zach, who then gave it to Dom, where we had the move of the season, where they idled out Austin, who was the one person threatening Zach's reign as like clearly dominating the game. Alex is just super lovable. Like it's hard not to love the guy. I recruited for him for this season super early. He got super enthusiastic about it. Like I think of everyone who like talked in their interviews outside of the actual interview and just kind of talked. Alex was maybe the person who seems the most excited for the game. So I'm very excited to see how he does. I hope he has a fun time throughout his run here. And yeah, I'm just excited to see him heal. I think position wise, because his tribe has so many, it has the feud, as well as a few people such as Minnie who aren't as active right now, he should be able to slip by for a while, I think.
Yeah, you honestly said everything I would have said myself. I got to play with Alex. Oh fuck, it was like right before I finished high school, which is an insane fucking thought. But I remember my interactions with him, though it unfortunately was an unfortunate end because I had to vote him out for me and my number one ally in the Tribe to Survive. But he was always just like a sweet interactions and friendly face. And I still got to see that when he was applying here, and you got to see how enthusiastic he was, and everything that you said, I echo. So I'm excited to see how he goes in this season and that sort of joyful presence he can bring. And Ellie, what are your thoughts on Alex?
I don't have any thoughts on Alex, so I think we should move on to Bowman next.
I don't like his favorite Pokemon.
Alex's or Bowman's?
Alex's.
What is it?
It's
It's
fucking
Hooks.
Galvantula.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What? Of
I love
any poke?
Garvantula.
No, you fucking
Spiders.
don't.
Yes, I do.
That is
You
full
do.
of lies.
Dude, no. Listen. There are a fuck ton of Pokemon I like more, but if I was to do a tier list and it was like I don't like this Pokemon, I like this Pokemon, Garvantula would be in the I like this Pokemon tier list.
This guy, I'm sending a picture of a card in the chat. This guy, this is your goat.
Yes.
It's
No,
so
no,
scary
I
looking.
just like
That's not.
Garvantula.
Why is there
Why do
6
you?
legs?
Because what does Garvantula look like?
That's the photo.
Wait,
Look at the
did you just say
photo.
like a photo?
Like
No,
the
what does
photo.
Garvantula look like?
Like a spider.
Like yes.
Which has 8 legs.
And I'm not saying what does it like. I'm not saying it scientifically looks exactly
It's
like a fucking.
scientifically incorrect, therefore is bad.
No, duh. But you know where I'm going with this, Ellie.
I don't.
I
I don't.
don't.
I have no idea.
It looks like a spider.
And therefore I should
Yeah.
run away?
Where the fuck do I live, guys?
Australia! Oh shit.
Where there are many?
Kangaroos.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go where I was going with. Um, oh, I think I'm gonna shoot us into the next player. Get it? Shoot.
Ah.
Like
Did we
you
talk
can
about
shoot
what?
arrows.
Yeah, no, it's Bowman time. It's
It's
Boeing
Bowman
time.
time.
Boeing time.
I did the
Yeah,
transition and then we did not.
yeah. Bowman is kind of another person who perfectly fits this theme. Cause like his run wasn't too special on his season. He showed a lot of promise, but like he was ultimately just the unanimous like force boot on his tribe. But he's someone who we've all seen play other orgs, and he's just a fucking force to be reckoned with. I've seen
Chaos
him.
Gremlin.
Yeah, he's a chaos gremlin who's like actually a good player.
I
He's
don't. I've never played
he's
with Bowman.
He scares me. I think if I was to
Yeah,
play with Bowman, he would terrify me. He's insane at comps. He always seems to have advantages. He's very persuasive. Like he's just terrifying.
he's good socially, but I think from what I'd always read, it was very selective. But like he would kind of eventually sort of drift but towards some people, play the game with them, and if he wasn't aligned with you, he just wouldn't communicate with
Y-
you much. So
you know,
it was.
he reminds me of Morgan, who won Kanoha.
I see it. I see it. Except Bowman is like absolutely chaotic. Kind of like I would say there is no method to the madness. There is a method to the madness, but it just can be a very individualistic madness where I can kind of see Bowman maybe as a person that will sacrifice allies for chaos. but it's such a good execution of chaos where he's perfectly fine when he does that. Like he can get out of the trouble of losing an ally purposely.
Yeah.
Ellie, what do you think about Bowman?
I've never met Bowman or seen him play, so I don't know. I'm just doing the same spiel each time. Let's move on to CT, who I have met and played with before.
Yeah, so CT was on Mementos, where CT was like the upper middle of the power structure before eventually the end of the pre-merge put CT in a pretty bad spot. She would have gone home if it wasn't for like Huntress pulling herself from the game for personal reasons, and that second life given to CT allowed her to like get in really good with people at the start of the merge, and as it went on, she built up her power and had honestly what was basically a perfect endgame, and eventually beat Bryce in the final two, which I mean Bryce is also on this season. We'll get to
That's
him in a
kind of
moment.
funny.
But CT, incredible endgame. Came back for Legends a few seasons later, and was in okay spot. Was on was on Ellie's tribe, and sorry I laughed because I would send me something crazy. Um, was on Ellie's tribe, and then got swapped away to I think it was Corby, where
Were they on the same tribe
Swapped
in the
together
swap?
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Ellie, you
with
flipped on
with
CT.
Jonah. I did
Yeah.
flip on CT. Because it
Talk
was
about it.
this is a test of my memory.
Ellie, what do
Oh
you think
no.
about CT?
Um, what? You interrupted my train
Did,
of thought.
sorry, but I was going for the bit because like now you know the
What do I
person.
think of CT? I have thoughts this time. Um, oh, my poor mother's sleeping in the other room. I've been so loud. We swapped together. I think with Nerf and Jonah. It was a bunch of us on that tribe, and she wanted to get Badger out because Badger also swapped because Badger hadn't been that active and had less connections. Um, and then it ended up being us flipping, I think, with Jalen to instead of voting out Badger, blindsiding um the rest of that tribe and voting out CT instead. Um, which was like quite unfortunate because I think she was in a good position. Like going into that tribe, I think she had really good connections with I want to say Jenny and Zach, and just ended up getting put into like a bad swap with a bad like kind of I guess flippy vibes is what I have to say.
You could really say it was Nerf or nothing.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yes.
Ren, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Kirby tribe was honestly a tribe I really enjoyed in the sense of five of y'all were from the Link tribe that didn't go to tribal, and two of y'all were from the same tribe, same different tribe. And I liked it in the sense of it was essentially a redo kind of thing. It felt like the start of a new tribe because you guys hadn't gone to tribal yet, a lot of you. So there was no actual gameplay to be invested. So while it did kind of seem like a shitty swap, it kind of just was truly a new tribe because there wasn't much game to go about. And I sort of saw it as what I recall it as Nerf set his sights on getting CT out and got her out. And it was a very unfortunate, brutal moment that left CT with some unfinished business that happily brings her back here now. And I'm very excited to see her game style.
You know who else's game style I'm excited to see?
Mine?
Yeah. Okay, talk about yourself for a minute.
Hi, I'm Ren. I like long walks on the beach, short walks on the beach, but I really don't like medium walks on the beach. It just, I don't want to get into it. It just makes my skin crawl.
Are these
Um,
walks on the beach with shoes on?
um, I don't actually know. I think I maybe would do it shoes off. I kind of like my feet in the
I
sand.
no, you
That's the
know
only
you gotta
acceptable answer.
no
Oh,
you
there's
you get
sand in your shoes.
Yeah,
that's why you wear like fucking sandals or something.
flip flops.
What? But
Yeah,
then there's still sand in the flip flop.
but you wash it out easily.
Yeah, but speaking of flip flops, let's flip flop to the next person.
Did we talk
That
about
was
Bryce or did
incredible.
we get did we get
No, Bryce
distracted?
is that person.
Okay.
Bryce, I'm very excited for Bryce. I thought there was no way in hell he would apply once recruited, but he did. In Mementos, he played one of the best runner-up games we have. He really took over after Zach, who had played the season before him. The two of them are close friends. Uh, Bryce had played a game just super similar to him. Had a lot of control throughout the game. Was able to betray people, but then like they would work with him anyway because they just liked him or had no other choice. Um, just very, very solid all around player. Great socially. Um, Ellie, write this down. He is someone I am eyeing for the draft. Um,
This feels like
I,
bait.
I already I already had that written down.
no, I would never bait you. In
Because
fact,
Cooper said that before we talked about writing stuff down.
Yeah, but then he just doubled down on it.
I would never.
Okay, sure, sure. We got anything
I would
else on
never.
Bryce? Because I don't
I
got.
would never lie to you, Ren.
Why did
Genuinely,
you lie to
gen-
me about the voodoo vote? Butt fuck
genuine,
6 years
genuine.
ago.
Remember, I forget who said it, but there was a bit for a long time where whenever someone said
Genuinely?
genuinely,
It
we
was
knew they were
me.
lying. Genuinely,
No,
I'm not
wait,
lying to you.
wait. Oh,
Genuinely,
um,
gen,
Oh,
genuine.
fuck, who was it? It was
Well, it
someone.
genuinely was not me.
Oh wait, I remember now. I remember it. I remember the bit. It was something that like I think came from like Vi was a part of the bit as well. Because it was
wait,
it was during Deception games. And so
Genuinely.
someone would use the word genuinely in the Deception games, and then we would just go genuinely.
And it was always them.
Yeah.
wait,
Uh,
I genuinely have a story.
go.
She has. Oh no.
So once upon a time, when I was 6 or 7 years old, I played on this
How old?
baseball team. 6 or 7. I played on this baseball team, and there was this kid called Ian, and Ian had a buzz cut. There was another kid on the
Ew.
team who also had a buzz cut, and therefore they looked the same. And so sometimes I would call the other kid Ian and the other kid Evan because I thought they were the exact same person. So our next person is Evan.
Oh my god. Um.
That's a genius segue.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. You could be lying, genuinely, and I would
It's
believe you.
true. I still don't know
Is
which
it?
one is which. They didn't have the same hair color.
What
Genuinely?
the fuck?
One had like dark brown hair, one had light brown hair. I still don't know.
Oh, I mean that's
I,
kind of the same hair color.
I feel like Ian and Evan are the kind of the same name.
Um,
That's not
Yeah,
important.
speaking of Evan, Evan. Sorry. Evan was. When we talked about CT's position throughout Mementos, Evan had pretty much like. They were not always on the same side, but Evan had pretty much like the exact same trajectory of like upper middle in the power structure throughout the pre-merge. Fell a bit as it went on, and while CT was able to survive the merge vote and gain power and eventually go on to win, Evan did not, and Evan was the merge boot. I believe went out in a 5-4-1. I would have to double check exactly on what the vote count is, but Evan is someone who's perfect for this theme, in my opinion. Um, didn't exactly fit on Legends or like favorites versus flops, but is someone I've wanted back. Great in the confessional. Just super rootable player. I'm polling for Evan. I think Evan's gonna do pretty good. Um, Looking at who's on Evan's tribe, I definitely don't think he'll be in danger anytime soon. He's not at the top or anything, but he's pretty locked in, I think. I feel good about him. Maybe someone to take in the middle of the draft, perhaps.
Write that down. Write that down.
Oh, but I'm starting to not trust him.
Okay. Okay, then just write quotation
Genuinely?
marks.
But I did write it down.
Okay, but I have something to say, which is that I paid little attention to Memento, so I have nothing to say. But I like Evan's profile picture.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Next person.
Someone needs to bulk.
I already did. I'm not doing it
Do it
again.
again. Do it
No.
again.
Will
Yep.
you
Then
watch
you
a
have.
Conan? Will you watch a Conan O'Brien video if I do it?
How long is the video gonna be?
How
6
long will
hours.
you tolerate?
Give me a
I can
time.
be okay. Let me just look at a really good one. Fuck. Where did it?
We're,
Ooh.
we're
Two
doing this
minutes
for
17
content.
seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Bark, bark, bark.
I
I
was
was
more
thinking like you would
gusto.
actually. Yeah. I was thinking you'd actually like woof.
Oh, woof, woof, woof.
He already sent me the fucking video.
Yeah, you told me to give you a time, so I found the. Who are we
Okay.
talking about?
Uh, you just balked. Who else would we be talking to but fucking B Dog?
I just need to know for the timestamp.
Oh yeah.
It's like one. It's
Yeah.
like
So
1:30. Oh,
B
1:36.
Dog is fucking awesome. In Mementos, he was targeting CT at that initial tribal, and obviously that didn't go through because CT won. Um, B Dog just would not get off the sinking ship. He walked with people who were obviously on the bottom, and thus that put B Dog himself on the bottom, even though he otherwise would have been in a good position if he just went with the majority. Uh, so at Swap, he was kind of just an easy person to take out. In his second season, Zero Escape, he once again started in a good spot. Didn't overplay this time, but he talked in a way that made people think he would overplay. So even when he wasn't, he was cut at the swap by like more stable players. So finally he got a third chance. Once again, started good, continued good. Through the swap, he was in a great spot. Second swap, it looked like he was in a good spot, but he got flipped on. Thus, he was so close to making it to the merge. He was one spot off. Made it to
Was
Joey, though. Three-time
um
free module.
was
Maybe
that
this time he can do it.
that was the buttfucky tribal that was like the 2 to 1 to 1? Or like
Yeah.
yeah. That was funny to experience and like I sort of vaguely saw it. I was like, what the fuck happened? And so it got me to invest
Yeah.
into the season a lot more just because I was like, no, B Doggy just fucking missed out again.
B-Doggy fucking died.
Yeah. How's B Doggy doing so far?
He's doing great, actually. He's had
That's
a great
great.
start.
How's B Doggy doing with Plushie?
Oh, they like each other a lot.
Yeah. So what I find so funny is I think like day before this began, I went and set in notes for all the different players, and for B Doggy, I wrote, "Will be like Plushie's mentee," because he just kind
Yeah.
of gives like a younger gameplay energy of Plushie, of just this kind of like chaos. But Plushie also is like Plushie has a balance of both, but we'll get into it further. But he just like I just would look at the name and I would just be like, yeah, this is someone that Plushie would take under his wings or like get sort of
Yeah.
like a mutual alignment with, and to kind of see that that's possibly occurring, I'm like, holy shit, I'm so smart. And so I'm like basking my genius for a second.
Wow, incredible. Which, I guess, you kind of gave us the perfect segue.
What's the segue? Oh
Well, who are
shit,
we
Plushie's
Oh
next!
shit!
Whoa.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
okay. I want to take this over immediately. I fucking love
I thought was that not on
Plushie.
purpose?
Yeah,
No,
I thought it was
I
on
was
purpose
not
as
I
well.
I
looking,
hit laugh on my
y'all.
phone.
I was such a dumbass. I love Plushie so much. Um, I played Nerdvivor with Plushie, and he fucking I had this hilarious moment in a safari with another ally. I find them in the safari though, the on the other tribe, and Plushie had just stabbed me in the back. I'm on the bottom, but I have advantages, so I'm fine. But I don't want to say that on the safari. And here's the thing: is someone else is kind of like finds me in the safari first, and we're following each other, and it's kind of I don't want to because I obviously want to talk to my ally more. And I literally get the other person to leave for a second, knowing they're gonna come back. So they leave. I quickly just send a fucking message to them, being like, "Plus, you fucking stabbed me in the back, but now," and it was just a panic thing. And then I leave and get rid of the message. And then Plushie actually does have my back and doesn't go to rocks for me, but goes to rocks with me. But I don't draw a rock because of that. But he's just like a lovely sort of wholesome chaos gremlin that is also very incredibly smart. And I love how he described it. He did a host assessment and he described himself as a very he battles his heart and his brain, and both of them are really incredible. And it's kind of just a fun thing to see the balance between both factors because both are really compelling, strong traits of his in the game of Survivor.
Yeah, I blindsided him once. It was fucking awesome.
Oh,
I
wait.
can relate to that.
Wait. Um was that was that cool, Viva?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was a part of that as well from the other tribe.
Oh yeah, you were. Shit.
Yeah, because we fucking passed because Bono passed the idol to y'all, and I was begging so hard for that to happen to take out Plushie because I had heard Plushie was like, and then like a few years later when we eventually played in that org, I was like, hi, I pushed for you to go out even though I didn't know you. How are you going?
Fuck
How's it
yeah.
going for Plushie right now in this season?
Pretty well. It looked like because of another cool Survivor season that Monday and Bowman might have issues with Plushie, but that just seems to not be the case. Bowman wants to work with Plushie. I'm not quite sure where Monday stands at the moment though, but regardless, Plushie has got along well with B-Dog, um, CT, Samoyed, Shinx, maybe Whoopi as well. I mean, Plushie's doing a good job. And Ellie, I want to see what you say about Plushie, since I
Yeah,
mean,
what do
you
you think about Plushie?
Um, I feel like my memory is so bad, isn't it? I feel like Plushie is like such a good strategical player, and he's able to do that because he's able to make strong relations with people, but be able to kind of salvage those even after stabbing people in the back like multiple times, which is what he kind of did on my season. Um, I only briefly went through his confessionals, but he had these like crazy graphs and everything of all the different like outcomes and the different strategies he would take to try and make sure he got his way in every single like tribal. And I feel like what Ren was saying earlier about like the guts to play your idol on someone else, Plushie did that, and he is definitely like a gutsy player and plays for like the joy of making chaos and seeing if you can make it work, which I feel like is really cool.
I've got good news. So I'm in the
What's the
basement of
news?
my good buddy, and he texted me and said, "My money is on Whoopi Goldberg."
Yo, you gotta tell your buddy about Plushie.
I might draft Whoopi Goldberg just because of that. Write that down.
Okay, now this
Genuinely.
just feels like bait. You know what I think?
Genuinely.
You know what I think?
Genuinely.
No,
Your
I think
your
Cooper
buddy
is evil.
texted another person's name in that sentence as well. It's Whoopi
I
Goldberg
will fuck.
and
I will.
you know
I will
it's three
screenshot.
people.
I
Your
will
buddy
send it.
drafted.
I will send it to you right fucking now.
Hell yeah.
Photoshop.
And
Photoshop.
it'll have like black lines.
Yeah, it'll have black lines on
It'll
it.
be a different
Yeah.
font.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a green message instead of blue.
I'll put that shit right under the Conan O'Brien video.
Hell yeah. Okay, let me see it.
And you could tell that I didn't edit that because no way in hell am I misspelling Whoopi Goldberg.
Ellie, this message looks really suspicious.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I think Coop lied to us.
No,
think
that's
I
not how
trust
you
Ren's
spell Whoopi
suspicion.
Goldberg. There's no E in Whoopi.
And are you renowned for your spelling?
What? Yeah, there's no E in Whoop. Why are you saying there's an E in Whoopi? They didn't. He didn't spell it with an E.
He did.
No. Maybe I'll put the text up to prove it.
Yeah, add that to the
Yeah.
timestamp with fucking Whoopi Goldberg. And he's in the video now.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else
My
to say
money's
on Plushie?
No, let's move on to Killza. My throat hurts. I've been talking too much.
That's so valid. Don't worry, we're near the end. We're near the end.
You said you weren't gonna complain until we hit 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 1:46.
Oh my god, we're at 146 already?
Yeah, and few more left. Few more left. It's like
And then we got a
6
draft?
left. Yes. Well,
Yes.
now let's talk about Killza. Mr.
Killza.
K.
Ellie, this is all you.
Killza. So Killza's first org was our season, and I feel like Lenny put it very well, where it was kind of like puppy kicking day because he was this puppy out in the woods with all these people out to get him. But
Holy
I think
shit.
that's what the title.
Let me put this lightly. It was like kicking a puppy.
Puppy kicking days is an insane statement.
It's puppy kicking day.
Title. I'm quoting.
It's like, how has your day been? Oh yeah, it's just been one of those puppy kicking days.
But because Killza, I think, had like an easier, chill like pre-swap. And then
He did not. He did not
Did he
at
not?
all.
I have no idea what happened on that
that sh-
time. I did not
That
care.
shit was a 5-4.
Oh, well, Killza did not get voted out. And then I think a lot of people really liked Killza and felt really bad voting him out. Maybe I'm projecting. And then yeah, so Killza got voted out and then became, I think he was best pre-juror. And then he
Yeah.
kind of had, I think, a similar journey in his second season here, though I didn't watch that as much. But Killza's really, really good at comps. He's definitely played a couple like challenge orgs and stuff. And really is like invested in like making them as well. So I feel like that's like gonna be a really good place for him to shine, especially if he gets to merge to kind of like power through maybe a couple episodes. But Killza's also, I think, really a really good social player. He's like super good at getting people to like him and trust him, and I feel like that can be a good asset.
Yeah,
And
I
Killza
fucking
keeps
love
beating me in
Killza.
chess.
Good.
Yeah, Killza's the goat. Great guy. His name is fucking awesome. When he joins the server in season 23, I wanted to cast him. Like just the name Mr. Killza is fucking incredible.
Is my Mr. Ren name incredible too?
Then is it? I feel like I'm the first. I feel like I started you being called Benjamin.
You did.
You honestly might have, and then I just
I
randomly put it as my name for like a season, and then I just go by that as well now too.
Yeah, no, I fucking started that.
I think I've came across an actual Benjamin.
Like real life.
Okay,
Their
Ellie.
business card is somewhere, but I think it's more Renjaman.
Get Benjamin's business card up and put it on the fucking Fuck
I have
it. You
other
make
questions
it
about
this
that, but I will
far.
save that
You
for
get to
a
call.
different
You
time.
get to call Renjamon.
It's like a
And we
Pokemon.
do a Fuzz
I'm
podcast that's just that phone call.
Yeah, we
And we're
put that
just here
shit in the
listening.
auction. That shit a covered item.
okay.
Okay.
Well, I am excited to see how Koza goes. But he has kind of like a chill approach that sometimes can sort of, I don't know what the right
I feel
way
like
to say it
he'll
is. He
just
just can kind of fall out of it.
I think he falls into the same trap as me of not being so like strong in initiating and continuing like game talk and getting
Yeah.
into that side of stuff.
Yeah, but he has a very chill presence that starts off very lovely to interact with at first. But it just is that fact of when you have to go into the game, which is can be like a really hard thing, and you do have a lot of people that struggle with that. And that's just the thing that he needs to overcome with this season. If he can overcome it, then I think it will be a very exciting game to see where he goes.
You know whose
Ooh.
turn it is now?
So once upon a time, I was in my room in Norway. I had just found out that I might get deported. Wasn't, but I was like, I'm going to get deported. And so I was sitting in my room, and I was like, oh great, it's the U.S. election. I'm going to watch this because it's 10 p.m. at night and I have nothing to do. So I'm watching this election, and then my power goes out. I'm like, great, I can't watch this election. And then I'm watching the election. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of like red seats on right now. What a terrible day. And then I open a new tab on my computer and I open Discord, and it's FTC of Smiling Friends. And then the day became worse because I looked and turns out someone named Samoyed had won the season.
Why do you say
Oh.
someone named Samoyed? Let's let's signpost a little context that you're playing orcs because you played a Blood vs. Water with Samoyed. Is it
I guess that would have been a
Samoyed?
Samoyed? I don't know. I think
I
I
always
say
thought it was
so it said
Samoyed.
Samoyed.
he like said
Yeah.
Samoyed, so I think I stole it from there. I Sam.
Um. Now, me and Kip are just wondering: have we been mispronouncing our entire
Wait,
lives?
I
okay.
have an announcement.
Yes.
I opened up CT's confessional, and she said I got wine drunk, so I bought all the Mamma Mia movies on DVD, and I just think that's funny.
What do you mean? All there's two.
Okay.
That makes it
In
even better.
American English, Samoyed. That's the only pronunciation they give. In British English, Samoyed. 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 I don't know.
You're gonna have to like
We should
knock
ask
on his
him.
door and ask him.
He's
Yeah, but
not
you gotta
here.
ask him in person.
He's not here. Actually, he comes back today.
Yeah. Well, next time you see him, you gotta just put the voice memo thing on in host chat and just be like, "Hey, I have a question to ask you. Don't look at that phone."
Yeah,
And then you
ignore
ask the
that.
question. Should we talk about Samoy?
No.
Yeah, his unfinished business is that I didn't think his winning game was as good as the others at Final Tribal.
He was definitely
Damn.
like going into that FTC. It was at final three. He was definitely like the lowest ranked, even among the jurors going in. And I think he just ended up having a really good FTC speech, more or less, and answering questions.
He's so fucking good with words. Like in the interview, he just speaks really eloquently and convincingly with his words. Where he like, I don't think these people would know he would be a dangerous threat in FTC because he just does know how to speak very eloquent. Did I say eloquently already?
Yeah,
He good with words.
says the words. And he's definitely like a very aggressive player. I think what he had mentioned to me is that after watching me play, he wanting to do a more like laid back kind of like glide by thing that like I kind of do, but definitely even in his season, he's quite like aggressive in the way that he interacts with other people and isn't like afraid of the conflicts that arises. That what brings up, and I think that can also get him into trouble, but can also be a benefit of like getting past certain stages of the game, as long as it doesn't like bite him in the back at the end.
Yeah.
Little evil man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
He can be evil
Okay.
because yes,
Okay, I think we're moving on. To next up
yes.
is Jack, who was the runner-up to Samoyed, who's apparently Samoyed and not Samoyed. Um, Jack, Jack played. I mean, everyone knows I think this. I think Jack played the better game, but Jack lost because like his end game didn't always look the best on him. Like the final 6 and the final 5 rounds, like the way he and Alexander targeted Yoli at the final 5 just wasn't the greatest look. So I think that hurt his Jory prospects a bit. But like he really had a great game. Um, Oli Morge, the Stones of Torment hit, which God bless him for fighting through those. um, sorry, Whoopi Goldberg's #1 fan likes the mention of the Stones of Torment.
What is
Um,
the Stones of Torment?
the kidney stones.
Oh, kidney. Whoa, you saying kidney stones were Jack's antagonist in the season?
Yesterday at the party, we made a circle and we chanted "No kidney stones" for like 3 minutes.
What
Relevant.
What?
We held
What?
hands in a circle and chanted "No kidney stones."
I
So we
now
don't get kidney stones.
understand. Can you just like put that in Plushie's submission or message Plushie that? Because if you haven't watched the host assessment that Plushie did yet, he just goes on
I've
to
not.
talk about all the like amazingly absurd statements you say in Cack Shack, and it's now made me appreciate them even more. And I think just now that Cack Shack is gone, and Plushie would not listen to this for who knows when, I think you should just put that in submission now, even
Is what
though
I say in
Plushie's
Cack
name is
Shack
not.
ridiculous?
No, it's great.
Yeah, kinda. It's
I
kinda.
always feel like I'm being
No.
disruptive. Okay, wait, let me find his submissions then.
And while you do that, we got to get back to Jack.
Yes.
So it's the kidney stones.
Yeah, fuck those things.
Ah.
You
Stones
you
of
drink,
torment.
you eat like 20 doses of cashews and don't drink any water once, and suddenly the stones are fermenting.
Uh, that doesn't really sound like a suddenly moment. That kind of sounds like
It
a.
it was sudden.
Alright, so how do you think
It
Jack will fare
was
this season?
hope as long as the stones don't hit, he might take it all.
Just imagine someone says the stones of torment are back, and that's the episode title.
Fuck. He got the fucking debuff.
Okay, I don't have much
Stones of
to add on
torment.
Jack. So we got anything else to say? Please say it now before I do the most amazing segue ever.
Yeah, do it. Go
How dare
crazy.
you?
Fuck, that was never my You know what? Yeah, fuck this. I'ma do it. Okay, so one day I was walking up to this shit. One day I was walking up to this stand and it was full of a bunch of grapes, and I was like, "Hey, do y'all have any grapes?" And they went, "Shut the fuck up. We know this joke already."
Do, do,
And I
do,
went,
do, do, do,
"What
do.
joke?" They said, Get. They sprayed me with a spray bottle, and so I waddled away.
Did
Waddle,
this
waddle.
happen?
This is not the correct person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You
know, but I had the segue for that already planned in my head,
You,
and
you just do it a second
I think
later.
it's perfectly fine to jump. Okay, who are we doing next? Are we doing my segue or the actual person that is technically
No,
next?
we're
But it
doing the
doesn't.
actual person. Fuck you.
God damn it.
Your
Okay.
transition.
Okay, wait, let me do. So they said no, we don't have any grapes. So I dawdled away.
Bottle,
Mm,
bottle. Mm.
that's pretty good.
Not as good as the other
Uh,
one.
Yeah.
Edit
Well,
or cut that out.
I just want to say I love Dalt.
Yeah, no, Dalt is
Extremely
awesome.
happy to see that they applied, that they checked in, that they said yes.
Fucked up that they're on a tribe with Clank.
Yeah.
I
Now
didn't
I'm scared.
know.
You didn't know. It's okay. We were all fucking busy and we all fumbled. We will take full responsibility of that. I think I
Dalt
just
could
kind of.
genuinely.
You
They
go.
could genuinely be the force boot.
I will quit.
Insane.
I won't quit, but I feel like I need to do something drastic to put fear in you, Koopa, so then
Genuinely?
you rig. Genuinely.
Oh wow.
But I don't know why, but I'm just such a big fan of Dalt. And they sort of have this similar vibe to Mr. K, I feel, in like this chill approach. But it's like a locked in chill approach.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I 100% agree. Um, so we all know Romance Dawn was a fake season, just like One Piece is fake and dumb and stupid.
The live
Um,
action series is okay. It's kind of nice.
yeah, I was
Kind of
mostly
won me
rage
over.
bait. I was hoping that would insult Whoopi Goldberg's #1 fan. And I got a text from Whoopi Goldberg's #1 fan. He says, "Fuck you, buddy."
Wait, I want to know. I want to quickly take this off-topic moment to just ask the Whoopi Goldberg fan if he's seen how many episodes of One Piece he's seen.
Whoopi Goldberg fan, how much One Piece have you seen? The anime specifically.
Yeah, we're not talking live
He's
action.
seen he's seen all of it.
Holy shit! Oh,
Oh my god.
I respect
How
that.
many is that?
He also says,
1100.
"Computer, give this guy the stones of extra fun."
Who?
We're giving Ren stones?
I
Yeah,
don't want any stone.
we're giving Benjamin the stones of extra fun. Sorry, man.
I don't want any.
Like in the is it called the letter? At the short story?
Wow.
Where
I don't
they
know, but this
stone the
isn't.
people? That's not relevant.
That
This
is
isn't
not
like
relevant.
it's not in like the Bible or ye old times.
No, it's a book where everyone like puts it's the lottery. It's called the lottery where they get like a lottery to get stone.
Wait, I've heard about this
Right?
story.
Right,
Somebody
right.
gave me the link to it fucking years
I
ago.
think
It was an org player and I never read it because I
what
feel like I need the physical copy.
yeah. It's
True.
like it's like 3 pages printed.
Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry to the adult fans adult. Koopa, did I ever tell you that I have the Blu-ray of Cause 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had like this insane bit last year going for like a few months where I would just continuously bring up Cause 2 and show the Cause 2 DVD to people. Um, but it's been a while, so the bit is over. But it was hilarious. It was great.
Bring it back.
Maybe. So, Dalt, thoughts?
Woo!
Yeah. Woo. Sorry, I'm distracted by other things.
Okay.
I'm winning this fucking draft.
No, you're not. Okay. 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 I don't have a segue. I guess
Well,
we
you
could
had the
just
segue.
yeah, we
You
could just
used it
like
already.
waddle to the next player.
Yeah, okay.
Was
Waddles.
that good? Waddles! I fucking love Waddles. I love Waddles with all my heart. Waddles is just such a um
Fucking
Waddles kind
poet.
of reminds me of you, Ellie.
Like
But
better.
yeah, but better because he logs movies on Letterbox.
What do you? I
Oh,
log
that's
my movies on Letterboxd. He doesn't log all his movies because he'll be like, Ellie, I saw this movie, and I'll be like, is it on Letterboxd? And he'll be no.
Yeah, it's on Letterbox. No, the movie is, but the log I'm guessing isn't. Okay, I changed my mind, Ellie. You're my favorite Canadian.
Yeah.
No, never mind. It's who do you think my favorite Canadian actually is? It's very obvious.
It's Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the lore on Waddles, Cooper?
fucking awesome. He's hilarious. He didn't talk to a single person in Romance Dawn, but he had like the greatest confessionals ever. And then he came back for Zero Escape, where he once again had the greatest confessionals ever, and he did talk to people. He pretended to be like an insane villain when he wasn't, and he's talked about that this season. So I'm curious to see if he's gonna like become an insane villain again, or if he's like just gonna like be a normal guy. I kind of hope he becomes an insane villain who doesn't realize he's an insane villain. I think that's like the perfect scenario for Waddles. I don't know. I love him. He's awesome. Very funny. I like his fucking hat.
Oh, he has
You know.
so
You
many
know.
good hats. I went to his place the other day for the first time. He has like a hat closet.
He has
He
a
has a
hat.
There's
closet
like
of
there's a
hats.
whole shelf in his closet that is just like fun hats.
Where do I look
What
to
the?
find the hat?
I don't have a. I can
That's
find
a.
a photo later. It's a
Yeah,
frog.
we'll get you a picture of the hat. Don't worry
How do
about it.
y'all both know about the hat? Oh, he has a great phone case.
He does no we because we won. He sent it because we won those stickers together and we split them. We had like a rock paper scissors who picks first and then like pick each stick because we won a sticker pack.
Oh, so it was like a draft.
We drafted the stickers, but also
Speaking of draft,
but Waddles has been so excited for this season. He keeps like mentioning it to me. He like for the past couple months he'll be like, Ellie, I'm so excited for Fuzzvivor. Oh, Fuzzvivor is in a week. Oh, Fuzzvivor is in a couple days. So he's really, really excited. And his sleep schedule is better now, and so he's hoping that he can what's the word? Actually speak to people. But he's been like so busy. Like he has classes every day. So I'm still worried about that. Um I want to
imagine
see him do
having
well.
classes every day.
I want to
Couldn't
see him
be
do well.
me.
Couldn't be you.
I
But
never had classes every single day. I was a film student.
you
They
didn't
don't
have
give a shit
classes
about
every
us.
single day.
We had like maybe like the most I would have was maybe 3 days.
What? What?
Yeah. And even then
Oh my
some of
god,
those days
you
might have
sounded
just been like
so offended.
lectures. Yeah, because Ellie would have classes like probably every single fucking day.
I had classes every single day, and sometimes for like many, like one class would be like 6 hours, and that was like one of like four
Okay,
classes for
What
the
the
day.
fuck?
yeah, but did you stay up overnight in a fucking forest to film a film where in said scene in a forest, one character rips off the other character's head?
No,
Exactly. So
I
that's
stayed
my
up all
class.
night in a library. Pride.
Fuck, I wish I could do that, but the library would have closed.
Oh.
I could have hid
You
in the
know what?
toilet.
Speaking of, we still have one person left.
You know, it's kind of
It would have.
my memory of who that is. It's kind of getting foggy.
No,
It's kind of
no,
getting
mine,
sunny.
my
I feel like
transition is better.
I'm kind of like in a stand. Okay, you go.
What if if I have to spend all my days in the library studying, why instead of the forest where nothing creepy ever happens, you could have filmed the person getting mauled at the beach? Because you know what's at the beach? A lot of
Oh
Each,
my
sand.
let's go
god.
get away.
You know what the sand is? It's sandy. Was that better? I think that would have been worse.
I think we were both
My
landing in the same.
apologies.
We were going the same direction though.
Yeah.
I was going for a
I
desert. You were
think
going for.
we should talk about Sandy.
Yes.
I'm very intrigued on
Yeah.
Sandy.
Yeah,
What
okay,
did
so
I?
Sandy was
Alright.
last season, well, like I've said, with like 20 people so far, she was like upper mid of the like I think she was like sixth in the power rankings. She kind of fluctuated between like sixth and eighth through the early days. Um, it was her first org, good social player. Didn't quite have like entirely sure what to do strategically, but she was catching up with people. At the swap, she got what was just. Let me double check what I'm saying here, because one of her swaps was like. No, I think both of her swaps were good. I don't know why I'm blanking on this now. Yeah, so her second swap was basically perfect for her. She got matched with a bunch of allies, tried to branch out a little bit, but ultimately didn't. She found the petition, which is I love petition gimmick. Um, you need to get people to sign it so it can like gate votes. But the way to sign it was to send the meme of Lightning McQueen where it says when you find out your goat is washed. So she kept trying to spam post it in Tribal to get the others to send it, but no one would send it. So there was just a bunch of messages of sending when your goat is washed. And we made that the episode title. And the two people she had told about it were Blake and Davy, and they were spending so long trying to think of excuses they could like any excuse they could possibly come up with to not send the fucking Lightning McQueen meme.
Blake's excuse, which was a real excuse, was that just Blake fell asleep.
Yeah, and Davy's excuse
Yeah.
was like whatever he came up with that minute. It changed.
Hmm. I feel like
But
Sandy kind of reminds me of RIZGOD Rizgod Baby. In 50.
RIZGOD is God baby.
Yeah, like that was her first dog. She kind of has like this unfamiliar vibe, in where I'm fascinated to see her sort of play among this collection of people that have played many orgs, people that haven't played in a long while, and see how she interacts with them. Because I feel like in some way, this is an opportunity to truly see how she is as a player, is who she can become. In that sense, she has so much of that variety, and you will kind of see how she'll kind of play, like what other plays she may sort of play similar to or imitate in their style and approach, and you kind of see that's going to lead to her further in the game and also further in orcs afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, can we start the draft
Yeah.
before my throat like explodes?
Yep. Um.
Should we
Do you?
randomize order?
I think
Yes.
Ren and I should go first.
No, I'll randomize it. Don't worry.
Let me.
Okay, wait a minute. Which one is?
Okay.
Okay, it genuinely
No,
picked me. I'm genuinely
no.
going
It
first.
did. But wait. We're doing snake draft, right?
Are we?
Sure. Yeah, we can do a snake
Yeah.
draft. Fuck it.
Because that's how it
Wait,
works.
I need to make a little thing. Wait, because normally Cooper, you have the thing. I need to write this out, or I'm gonna be so
Yeah, we ain't got
incredibly
no
confused.
fucking slideshow.
Oh
Right?
no.
Okay, so I get the
Uh,
first pick.
Yes.
Give.
wait.
Oh, this is tough because I have 3 picks, but I think 2 of them might get picked up by you guys before I can get them, while this
No.
third one is less risky. Fuck it, I'm doing them anyway. I'm going Mason. Give me Mason.
I fucking thought. You want to know what I wrote on my note for Mason? Cooper will snap my neck if I draft you.
Yeah, I would snap your neck if you took
What
Mason.
color is Cooper? Cooper is red. Okay.
Genuinely.
Genuinely. Yeah. I
Genuinely.
I know you so well, Cooper. So that means Ellie is next.
Am I next? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're next.
I shall take in my notes of what Cooper said he would draft. I have Mason, Jonah, and Bryce, so I shall steal Jonah.
That was my next pick.
You know what's funny? So what I wanted to do was our RHAP Rob has a podcast. They do like every single person writes the list of the players in like their number ranking of who they want. So my Mason was my number 4, Jonah was my number 5, and my number 1 is Plushie.
Oh
I
my
love
god.
Plushie. My Richard Rick Dick Devons pick.
I cannot believe Plushie is one of the first 3 picks. Who's your second?
Why?
I
Oh
feel
yeah, I
like
get to
Plushie's...
pick again. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go now with my winner pick. That is a winner, which is
And
Who?
this
damn Samoyed.
what? What?
You would pick okay,
Yeah.
your picks are crazy so far. Ellie, what are you doing?
Why?
Um, I we went through so many people that I can no longer remember who we said was doing well and who wasn't
Don't
doing
take
well.
them from me. Don't take them from me.
Okay, it was Ren's responsibility to do that, so I'm gonna go doggy.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. When I said don't take them from me,
No, I know. It was
I was
Bryce,
hoping you
no?
would that's what I wanted you to think. I'm actually taking Chinks.
Mm.
Oh,
Um,
that's what I was thinking. Was like, yeah, someone you haven't said has to be like more favored in your draft.
I think ooh, it's kind of tough to decide my third pick. Um,
Oh wait. I stopped crossing things out because Ren took Sam
Yes,
and then Plushy.
yes.
I think
It's my
I'll
turn.
take Bryce still. Give me Bryce.
Cooper takes Bryce. Write that down.
I
Write
have
that down.
And
I
the
have
other
3
person was
runner-ups.
Shinx.
Shinks.
Oh, these are terribly unstraight lines.
What was one of the people we told you to write down that Cooper was drafted?
That was it.
Oh,
It was what
okay.
it was Evan middle.
Okay. It's your turn
This
to
is my
Evan
draft
Middle.
it's
now.
my turn.
Yeah.
You better take Evan before I get him.
I'm gonna go uh uh Talia.
Okay. Benjamin.
Oh, Ellie's gonna hate me so much.
Are you really gonna Ren you know what's gonna happen?
I want to draft.
I'm gonna drive you to Edmonton. I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to drive you into the mountains. And there
Oh,
will be
see,
no Nathan. There will be
okay.
no Nathan.
First of all, I'm gonna draft Ice. Second,
How?
I will be okay. I will be okay if you leave me in Edmonton because I'll just call up my next draft pick, Waddles.
He does
Fuck
not live in
yeah.
Edmonton. I'm going to kill you.
Well, I don't know. This you can't draft your friends.
Last time I drafted my friend, it was Adelaide, who I had never spoken to before, and it
And it won you the
was the
fucking game.
problem. No, it lost me because it was Astro Adelaide. I took Adelaide.
Oh yeah, I won because I'm better. Yeah, that's right.
So you took Waddles. So you're just drafting my friends.
Well, listen, okay, think about it like this. If you drafted Sam and if you drafted Waddles, then you would have incentive to rig for them to win the draft. You would just leave
No,
your
see that
phone. You would just leave your phone like and go to the toilet and be like, "Hey guys, don't put in the password beep 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 boop and go on
No.
Discord
See, I
and
wouldn't
look
rig
at
for. I wouldn't rig for Sam. I would rig for Waddles.
Me too.
right. And you know what? I just saved the season, preventing from having motive to rig
If
for
I could.
Waddle.
Oh,
Wait,
because then
did
you
I
would
just fuck
win.
up then? Does that mean Waddle's? Damn it! I could have let what. Ellie draft.
Like that.
Whoopi
No, Cooper's
Goldberg is
draft.
still on the board.
Cooper,
Remember that.
Cooper's draft.
No, it's your turn,
The
Ellie.
snake thing does not agree with my
It's
brain.
your turn now, Ellie.
I don't like that you guys get to draft twice in a row and I do not get to do that.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
fucking
kinda
weird when you just get 3 people.
Yeah,
Um,
sucks to be you.
Oh, I don't remember anything we've said about any of these people.
Fuck it, take Whoopi Goldberg.
No, I want Whoopi
No. I'll
Goldberg.
take clasped.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna take Jack. And I'm gonna take. I'm between 2. I'll take Bowman.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna do that.
Yeah, fuck you.
Damn.
Wait, I have been foolish. It's my turn to draft.
Yes.
Yeah, go
You can
crazy.
kill
Okay. Benjamin, who do you got?
You know what? Fuck it. Well, it's not really a fuck it. I already said that I was gonna do it. Whoopi Goldberg.
No, you took Whoopi Goldberg.
I see.
It was
If
destined.
your friend is the number 1 Whoopi Goldberg fan, then I am the number 8th Whoopi Goldberg fan. But
Goldberg.
I'm sorry to tell you, the fan 2 to 7 they're
I'm
dead.
gonna need you to say
Uh,
fuck. Say it again. Fuck. He wanted Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, we share a draft.
No.
I'm drafting for 2 people.
No, you're not.
Well, you should have drafted Whoopi Goldberg earlier.
I was going to. I didn't think you would take Whoopi
I
Goldberg.
said I
It
would.
was so clear he was going to take it.
I thought it was a double bluff.
Oh,
He says to count your fucking days.
holy shit. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go for Jade as my second one.
Yeah, okay. Good pick. Okay,
Yeah, I don't like
Ellie.
how every time I pick, Cooper goes,
You pick, I'm like, okay. And then when Ren picks, I'm like, wow, great pick.
I said bias. Anti-Canadian
What?
bias.
Yep,
Yeah.
I hate Canadians.
You drafted a Canadian. No, Ellie did. Jonah.
I did.
Yes.
You drafted a Canadian.
I drafted 2 Canadians.
Isn't Jonah
Guess
from
it-
New
I
Jersey?
drafted
You
3.
drafted so many Canadians. What is this?
As far as I'm aware, the Canadians I have drafted are Ice, Sam, and Waddles.
We've taken all the Canadians.
And I'll do it again, Ellie.
I feel so good about my draft.
My draft is just,
I'll take
I
Celeste.
regret nothing. Fuck!
I get my next 2 picks. I'm happy about them. Give me
Celeste was
CT
one of
and
them.
Sandy.
I was gonna take Sandy next.
Well, who are you gonna
For
take
what color are
instead?
you in your brain?
I'm blue.
Green.
Oh.
So I'm sorry, I'm still not past the Grookey era.
That's fail.
It's because Ren is green.
That's
so.
totally fail.
No, I did purple for myself.
Oh.
You know what I did? I did the great color combination of purple, green, and orange.
What color am I?
You're gray.
Oh, orange.
No, you're gray.
No, you did orange. Oh.
You're gray.
You're letting the veil slip. I'll go Monday.
That was my next pick.
No, today's Today's Sunday. Is today Sunday or Saturday?
It's
Today's Sunday,
Sunday. It's
right?
Sunday for everyone. Wait,
Oh,
no.
Okay,
yeah, it is. It is.
It's
just to put
yesterday,
it,
Saturday.
It's
yeah.
Sunday now for
Okay, so
Koopa.
there are 6 people left from Galmadon, 3 from Misako, and 1 from Wu.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't even
well,
looked at that.
now that you say that, maybe I should go for the last one on. No, I'm gonna go for Evan.
Fuck, that was my next pick.
Ian?
And yeah, Ian.
Yeah, Ian.
And ooh, I'm gonna then do I don't know. You know what, Flair?
Yeah, okay.
It's hard not knowing too much how people are going in the game.
I haven't read any confessionals.
Yeah.
I've read everything.
Yeah,
I'm
but this
winning
shit
this
will
time.
change like the wind.
I'm winning. Okay, Ellie, go.
I'll do. Wait, I accidentally erased some stuff. I'll do. mm, mm, mm. Sorry, I'm the worst decision maker, and you've made me do something that makes me make
Yeah, get the
decisions.
decision maker out.
You've
It's
been
all the way
doing the
over on the
drafts
other side
like
of the room.
for the
For
past
the
few
third time.
seasons.
Yeah, but there was so fewer people. Ren, pick 1 or 2.
True. I'm
He
I'm
picks
not
2.
picking.
Okay, I'll take Serps.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Alex and high risk pick. I'm gonna go Clank.
Ooh.
I wanted Alex.
I'll go. Wait, let me check something. I'll do Akira.
Yay! I
That's
get
the
the last
fourth
2 I
person
wanted.
you've taken from Galmadon.
Ooh.
What?
Alright, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
What?
Adult,
Yep.
PD
Oh,
fan, Tierra, and Minnie.
Yeah.
I get to take 2 of them, and you each get 1 each.
Yep.
yes.
So I'm going to take Minnie
That was who I would have picked.
Yeah.
and Dalt.
Yeah. Okay, Ellie, who do you want as your final pick?
I'll do Tiara.
Yeah, that's who I would have gone. So then I have 5 runner-ups on my list, on my draft.
You got TD fan.
Yep.
This is yeah, that was fun.
I have no idea
I
who
feel
I've
very
drafted.
good about my draft.
Talk for like a
Oh,
minute,
thank you.
and in that minute the what's it called? Fuck, I lost my words. The draft image is now just gonna be displayed for the rest of this time we talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what we should talk about? My sick-ass
Finance?
Donkey Kong mask I bought.
Oh yeah, that's also gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
displayed.
Yeah, that's in the
Honestly, that's just
thumbnail.
gonna be displayed in like the corner. Yeah, it's gonna be
Of
displayed
the
in the
whole
corner
thing.
of the whole video.
Oh, well, I
But
took notes of the
Yeah.
people.
but it's gonna be on the opposite corner that in the thumbnail due to the fact that in that corner is where like people's season cards are. So it's
Yeah, we'll just
gonna
have
be
the
like
Donkey Kong mask.
yeah. So this is
Yeah.
it's funny because people will have seen it in the left, maybe like the bottom left the entire time, and this is the lore of finding out why it's in the bottom left the entire time.
Why there was a Donkey Kong mask in the corner of the screen for the
Just
entire
lurking.
The answer you've been wondering from the beginning of this 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh my god, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, okay, what do we say to wrap it up?
I want chocolate milk so bad.
Find a brown cow.
Yeah. Ellie,
Yeah,
do you
okay.
have anything to say about the next person?
I have nothing to say ever.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
goodbye.
okay.
Goodbye.
Let's go to Fortnite Island.